What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we look at something a little bit different this morning. We've switched the plans around slightly because I did see this had landed, and I really do want to dive into it as Burna Boy makes an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon for an official performance of Last. Now, if you've seen these performances before on Jimmy Fallon, they are quite a prestigious thing. You do see a lot of the top-end US musicians going onto this platform to perform. A lot of big names on the come-up as well. So this is a great look. It's a really kind of establishing feature for Burna Boy, and I'm excited to see how this performance went down. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Don't worry, we still will be having the Billboard review going up, and we still will be getting into a couple of other reactions as well today. We've got a busy day to get into, so I'm excited. But without further ado, let's jump into this and see exactly how it went down.
Performing his hit Last from his album Love Domini, once again, Burna Boy.
That's crazy. It's just crazy to see. Sick though.
Last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Shadow.
Already like the setting. It looks like he has got the outsiders with him as well, which is cool. This just looks really nice, man. I'm loving the colour schemes they went for, the green and blue. I'd expect them to go for like a deep red because that's the backdrop for the album, but this is cool. It looks good, man. I like the actual way it's been recorded. We've got the live band in action as well, so this should be a cool version. Let's go.
Nothing to discuss, cause I did win by default and without any doubt. I'm a me, I be adult, I don't go feed the girl. I'm a mind that's you the dog. I put my life.
So I think there is a backing track going on at the same time.
She manipulate my love.
But then, whenever you see these Jimmy Fallon performances, there's always some level of backing track going on. Bear in mind, this is going out on live television in US, and it's one of the bigger shows. Obviously, they have to have some level of assurity that it's going to be at a certain standard. So I think they've got the backing track, which has kind of like a very rough version, but with those sort of backing vocals on there as well. The sort of choral vocals that are taken directly off the track, and they're kind of mimicking it live. But the rest of it looks like all of the sort of guitar lines and stuff happening live, the chords, the saxophones, the drums are happening live. So it's an interesting kind of combination of two versions, but it sounds good. Burna sounds clean as ever. It's a really smooth live version, man. That little saxophone is a lot more apparent than it is on the original. On the original tune, you can hear the saxophone, but it's nowhere near as pronounced as it is in this version. And again, this is a really nice version. The sort of quite, I want to say wooden-sounding snare lines on this really do cut through in the live mix, and it's a real element of live mix. All of the elements in this are the sort of elements you'd expect to hear in a Burna Boy live edition, but it's still very, very tight. Like, put together, it's a very, very tight version. Burna sounds great as well. You can hear the clarity, and it's a very assured vocal performance, which we absolutely love to see. So I think, yeah, we have got the bass being played live. We've got a level of the chords being played live, a level of keys being played live, saxophone and drums. So that sort of which I think is the bit that's sampled from Tony. I think that is the bit that's sampled from a Tony Braxton tune. That's the section that's being played over the backdrop, which is fine. That's fine. If you're playing a sample, that kind of actually makes a lot more sense as well, because you don't want to try and recreate the sample. You lose a lot of magic of the sample. So that's fine. Actually, that makes perfect sense. And obviously, you're not going to bring an entire choir in if you've already got 6 people on stage. So makes sense. Actually makes sense for the style of arrangement they're going for. Cool, yeah. So, by the looks of things, On the right-hand side, there's a keyboard that's controlling all the sort of little melodies that happen, like that sort of chiming melody. We just heard that sort of ding, ding, ding. That little subtle one that was almost like a cymbal, but it was a melody. That's being controlled from the back, which is cool. Sorry if this isn't necessarily the sort of thing you expected for a reaction to a live performance. I love assessing what's actually happening, and that's what I've always kind of done. I've done a bit of stage management work in my time, so I like seeing how it's been wired up and how it's been cabled. That really interests me, and I don't know if it interests you, but it does interest me. But yeah, Burna Boy on this is absolutely killing it. Again, you can hear just a clear, pristine performance. Without a doubt, one of the most consistent live performers in this sound, without a shadow of a doubt. And this is one of the biggest tunes of the year. So to see it done with such clarity and such precision in this live performance is great to see. And it's a great look for Burna Boy as well. It's a really nice version, man. The kind of combination of these live elements with the backdrop works really nicely. And Burna's vocal, again, you can hear that. You can hear the excitement in his voice, but you can also hear him containing that excitement with the performance. Because when you're on a platform, we've seen Burna on like festival stages and like major, like an O2 stage, and kind of go crazy with the vocal and literally go into an entirely different zone. With this, the kind of thing that you expect to see on a Jimmy Fallon performance is something that's got a very kind of precise version of a tune with a slight live twist, and that is exactly what we've got here, which is perfect. This is going to do so much for him as well. Bear in mind, this tune, I've seen this tune on the recording turn dancers into crazy. I've seen them turn them upside down, and to see this live version, I'd love to see what the crowd are doing at the same time. I love that. I don't watch a ton of the Jimmy Fallon show performances, so I don't know, but I don't know if you actually get to hear crowd noise like that all the time. I know Burna at the moment is being absolutely adored in the US, like he's playing show after show after show. He's performing around the world at the moment, but I know in the US he has got a really, really huge following that has drummed up recently, so it's cool to see, and it's cool to hear crowd reaction. I always like hearing crowd reaction in live performances. That's half the point of a live performance, is to have that crowd reaction going on. But yeah, crazy. There we go. Love to see it, man. Oh, there we go. Very, very assured performance from Burna Boy, and there we go. The sounds of Last on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. I believe that's alongside the Outsiders, so this is a great look for Burna, great look for the Outsiders as well, man, to be honest with you. Big fan of this as an overall tune. I think they do a fantastic job of putting this one together. I think the live version of it is great. It's not edited too much. The only thing that's really changed is that sample going over the backdrop, and the backing vocals being on the prereq. That's pretty much fine. So if anything, they haven't changed. In the live element, you have got kind of a more electric-y sounding electric guitar. The saxophone's a bit more pronounced, and the sort of keys and drums are obviously a bit more live sounding. But overall, this is a really good rendition of, without a doubt, one of the biggest tunes of the year, if not the biggest tune of the year. It's probably going to be Last. For me, so far, it's probably Last and Colossa. They're the two that really do stand out at the top of the tree. And yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a very interesting tune overall. I think this is obviously a tune that did actually drop prior to the album, so it's a tune that already had a lot of momentum. It did spend it's the longest running tune at the top of the US Afrobeats Billboard charts in history so far, and I know that's quite a short history, but it's still the one that holds that record over the Peru remix, Essence, and Love No TT, which is very cool to see. And yeah, big up Burna Boy, man. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Do we think this is going to do a good bit of work for Burna in the future? Do we think this is going to be something that gets forgotten quite quickly? I don't. I think this is going to be quite a big moment for him, considering how many big moments he's currently having. might be one that gets swept under the rug, but I definitely think this is it's definitely a statement of intent to be going on Jimmy Fallon and kind of performing a tune with this level of clarity. I love to see it, but there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts, and as always, if you're new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.